You guys ready to go underneath? Another project. Let's go do some cleaning up under here for a minute and get a game plan going. Alright. Now, don't want this stuff dripping on me. Well, we're going to have to take this remote oil filter housing out of here. You see these lines here? This thing is all rotted. And I'm not going to bother replacing this stuff. It's just going to get deleted. So, another problem is this goes to the oil cooler too. I believe there's an oil cooler somewhere. These other two lines here go to the oil cooler. Put you down for a minute, hold on. Another rag out here. Alright. Well, you can see the oil pan here. This thing's coated, but where we're going is right up in there. See, that's where the factory oil filter would go. If this was a two-wheel drive, it wouldn't have this remote oil filter housing. You see the two bolts? So that has to get disconnected and cut out of there somehow. We got to get that out of the way. We're taking the lines out. We're going to take all the lines out going up here to the remote oil filter. And then we have to take this remote oil filter apart and get the center fitting that this oil filter spins onto out of this housing. Then we're going to come back up under here and we're going to install that fitting in there in the stock location where it's supposed to go. Then we have to find a stubby filter somewhere off of something. I might have one in the Horde. I might not. I don't know yet. But I would like to get this cut out and get the fitting out of the housing and figure out what's going on, even if I got to pull the truck around with the tractor after this. I need to get started on this whole situation. Figure out what we can do. This filter here is obviously too long. But if we find one about half this size, you should be able to weasel it in there over here, over the drive shaft, and get it up in there and then install it without it hitting the housing on the differential. There seems like some pretty good space in there. It looks like there's probably about 5 inches or so. Who knows? Maybe a full-size one will fit in there. We're going to try. We're going to try to spin this old crappy fram right here on there. That's what I'm going to try first. We might have to massage it a little bit. At least get us rolling without this whole contraption. Ugh. Well, we got it halfway down. It's officially not a fun job, that's for sure. Got 2 lines cut, I think, going to the oil cooler, but the one's feeding back. I still got to cut. Let it drip a little bit. Sheesh. Well, we got half of it out. I didn't try to get that fitting out yet. But the other half of it's still in there. And it doesn't look easy to get out, that's for sure. Not with the differential in there. I got a plan. I'm going to try it. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But we might be having to pull a differential just to get that thing out of there. What a fiasco. You pretty much got to do it to replace it the right way anyway. It's nuts. As far as pulling the differential, I mean. But we'll see if we can rip it out of there without without pulling the differential out, and I don't know. Guess we'll figure it out. That's when you know you're having fun, right? Well, we got 2 more pieces of hose out. I took a brand new Sawzall blade and got in there and got them out. That was a mess. So, basically what I'm dealing with is these 2 lines right here are running alongside the engine block, right along the oil pan, and they go through another bracket. Well, no, there's no more brackets, but they're bolted on to the oil filter housing, kind of the same way this AC is bolted on. There's 2 steel lines with an aluminum block with a bolt in the middle of it. So my plan is to fish a long extension alongside these cut lines now, because I have some movement in them. I'm going to slip an extension in there with a 13 millimeter, put a ratchet on it, and try to unbolt that flange from the oil filter housing down there. That pretty much looks like that. So then hopefully once I get it in two more pieces, I'll be able to pull it out. But we'll see. I definitely don't want to take the differential out. That's a big job. Guess I'll bring you guys down here and show you what's going on real quick. You see that chrome extension? I had to go get another one because it's not long enough. But it's actually going through the mount that the pipes used to go through. The pipes are above it. And the nut is enhance. Can't even see it. It's like right there to the right of that second hole. But anyway, I'll see if I can get it off. Impossible to film, for sure. We're on there. You see it? You guys see it? Oh, man. Let's hope it comes loose. I still don't know if it's going to come out. Look at this. Well, that didn't work. We broke the swivel. So, I guess we're going to see if 3/8 will fit in there. I had to get the cheater bar and everything to snap that bad boy. That thing is in there so tight. Well, we got it unbolted. And I wiggled it around every which way possible. Over the axle. See all my oily handprints. I can't get it out of there. I'm thinking what I'm going to have to do is there's a boss on the differential right here. If I position the thing a certain way, and if a 1/4 inch of that boss was taken off, which is just void space, there's nothing there. I think I remember reading something about cutting a boss off. It's probably that one. So I guess I'm going to Sawzall that bad boy off of there, and then we're going to have to go get... There's the hole up in the block. We're probably going to have to get an adapter. It looks like how this thing goes in there deep like that. I'm going to have to get a different adapter from a small block. I'm wondering if it's probably going to have to be from a Vortec V6. This is a real Vortec because it's aluminum oil pan. So, other than that, eventually you'll have to weasel these lines out of here, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm going to cut that boss off, and I guess we're going on a junkyard mission tomorrow. See if we can find a Vortec we can steal the oil filter adapter out of. Imagine trying to find that part at the auto parts store, right? Jeez. trash island. Old Bronco up there. Well, I don't know. We're on the search for a 2-wheel drive Vortec, and like I was picking his brain too here, and I bet you a small block one will work. They're probably the same. So we might have to try that. If we can't find a 2-wheel drive one, we might have to go for an LS or something here. Jeez. There's an S10 on top. Is it a 4-cylinder or 6? Looks like a 4-banger. Yeah. Oh, it's a manual. Probably a 4-cylinder. Might have picked the wrong time to come here, huh? I can't even get under this thing. Full-size Chevy van with a 4.3 in it. Let's see what the oil filter was looking like under here. I can't see nothing. Is there even an oil filter on it? Well, we got half a front headliner out of a G20 van. So, see if we can get under here. Jeez. Well, this thing looks like it's got what we need. Busted glass everywhere, water in the door, ready to get your butt wet. All right? But I think if we take this doghouse out, I might have to come back later with some tools. I don't have any tools really right now. Just wanted to see if I could find one. Take this doghouse out, we might be able to reach around and give it the old reach around from up top here. All right. Otherwise, we need a shovel, and that needs to get dug out more because I'm too fat and I'm scared when I go under there. Just waiting for this bald ass tire to blow out and squidge me. All right. Final Destination style. All right. Well, I think that's our best bet. There's the 4.3 in that bad boy. It looks like it's exactly what we need. I gotta take the oil filter off and get the adapter out of the hole. We got a Forester here. I don't know what year it is. It kind of looks like it's a 05 or something. Kind of like Eddie's Jamarcus. I can figure out how to open the hood. NA. It's got high mileage on it though. It does run. Seems like it runs good. It's got like 260 on it. And apparently this might be an issue. One of the things wrong with it. I don't know. $1,200. It's actually, the body is in great shape. Even the interior is not that bad, really. Well, we're back. And we brought a shovel. What is this? See if we can get this thing out of there. Well, we're under here. We got the fitting out. I wanted to take a video of this because something tells me the other one's a little bit deeper, but it kind of looks the same. I think one side steps up on the other one, but those two threaded holes, the 13mm holes, are still there from the adapter. So hopefully we can just put that center fitting in there and screw an oil filter on it. I'm going to take the oil filter out of here with me too, just to, it's kind of a stubby. All right, we're back. We got it out. There's the housing that I had to cut a little tiny bit off the boss on the diff to get it out. It finally came out with a little prying on the motor. These pipes you pretty much can't see. Then it comes out to these rubber ones, and there's the overflow. And this isn't even all of it because there's still an oil cooler in here. That's part of it. So I could imagine trying to replace all that. You're definitely $1,000 job with labor and everything. But let me shoot under there. We'll take a look at it, and we'll get this fitting put in and see if we can spin this oil filter off that van in the junkyard on there real quick. Make sure it fits. And then maybe I'll check the Horde for one. If not, I'll go get one. Cross-reference it. I think it was like a 2001 express van with a Vortec. So, alright, let's put the fitting back in. I'll show you when I get under there. Alright. As you can see, it looks like pretty much just like it did in the junkyard. I thought it was deeper than that, but it's not. It looks the same, so we should be able... Here's that boss right here is what I shaved down. I cut a sliver off of it. It's right here. Just that little bit I cut off of it, that 1/4 inch. And that was enough for the thing to pretty much fall out. So let's get our fitting. And we got to stick that up in there, so let's do that real quick. It's a 3/8 hex on the inside of it. We got the fitting in there. Alright, now we'll see if we can fish that stubby oil filter up in there. Well, I have this. This is an Xterra oil filter, which the ring is a little bit smaller, but the hole is bigger in the middle. So, but this one will fit right in there because of its size. So, I have this Wix 51040. This one. It's pretty much the same filter that came off that van. Same O-ring size, and the center is GM thread, or that thread, whatever it is. So this thing, if I go in there and I rotate the front axle and I feed it around the front axle, it'll almost slide in there and go up where I need it, but it's starting to hit one of the studs on the exhaust, on the 3-bolt flange down there, so it won't let it go in. Well, when I get an extra hand here, I decided to come over here and take the wheel off, and I'm going to push up on the motor. You know, I can't do it by myself. I got to wait till somebody else is here. But like this thing probably needs a motor mount anyway. Look. This is wasted. So as soon as I get somebody to pick up on the engine, I can slide it right in there. Slide the oil filter right in there. It'll be good to go. But what I'm going to do is, literally the stud is like just contacting here and not letting it go through. And I don't have anything here that I can reach in there with and cut that stud off. So the next time I get it on the lift and I have my plasma cutter around, I can reach right in there and just take the tip of that exhaust stud off. It's not even a threaded portion. It's like, you know, the non-threaded stud sticking out. So that's the plan. When I get to the shop and I cut that stud off, I should be able to get a Wix 51040 and weasel it right in there and put it on with no, you know, I might even get some more room out of it by putting a new motor mount in it, because obviously this thing's wasted. All right, maybe the new motor mount will pick the engine up just enough to get me in there. But that's where we're at. That filter's going on as soon as I get somebody here to push on this thing. Well, it's official. Deleted all that, plus the rusty, crusty piece that's still in there. I believe those tubes are the oil cooler. Damn, look at that mud dauber nest. Well, we got rid of all that stuff and replaced it with just an oil filter. Well, it's clear for now. It's not hitting the differential, doesn't hit the axle. I guess as long as we don't get stuck in a mud hole somewhere and axle wrap it right into the oil filter, we'll be all right, right? And I got somebody to pry up on that pry bar and the filter went right in, obviously. It cleared that bottom stud with no problem. But like I said, replace the motor mount and cut that stud off and it should be pretty easy. Looks like it's on there. Let's fire it up and see if it leaks. Check the oil level, top it off for now. Stop it from hemorrhaging from everything and everywhere. Alright, well, we put 1 quart of Storage Locker Supertech in it. Right. Fire it up, let it run for a minute, see if it leaks. Shut her down, check it again. PSI oil pressure. I don't want to let it run too long. It still has an intake gasket leak. I wanted to get the major oil leak fixed. Seems all right. Pretty sure that's the intake gasket doing that. Actually, it's probably the secondary air pump. I keep forgetting this thing has a secondary air pump on it because it's a 01. I guess check out part 2 of the restoration project. We'll be doing a wheel bearing. I already did the driver's side one. That sounds awesome, doesn't it? This can also trip a ABS light because the tone ring in here will get out of alignment, and that's probably why this thing has an ABS light on. Alright, recap. It is possible. You can delete it. In hindsight, I would have just lifted the engine up. So if you're going to tackle this job, do yourself a favor and get a cherry picker or a bridge setup style engine holder. Put it on the inner fender wells and jack the engine up. It'll definitely make your life a lot easier on getting all this stuff out of there. You might even be able to get this out without getting that bolt out in one piece if you lift the engine up. But here's the filter I used. Wix 51040. Maybe somebody in the comment section can figure out what this is actually for. Put it in the comment section, or I'll put it in the description afterwards. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Hopefully this is a little bit better video on doing this job. There's a few of them online, but nobody really shows all of it, you know. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. It'll definitely save you, you know, a lot of money. It's just, you're going to be on your back for a while down there cursing. But like I said, if you lift the engine, or even unbolt the motor mounts and lift the engine, I think this job would be a lot easier. hardest part's going to be finding a fitting, something to steal the fitting out of, because I was thinking you could take the fitting out of this, but I don't think that's possible. It looks like it's part of the unit. So you need one from another vehicle. Vortec, maybe a small block will work, but this one definitely fits. There, you know, get the right direction. Might even have to get somebody to pry up the one side of the engine a little bit, but it goes right in there. You know. Every oil change after this is going to be kind of a pain, but it shouldn't be too much. One little extra step to get rid of all those connections. I don't know, that's crazy.